We have breaking news coming in on the broadcast. A close call at Mumbai airport runway as one flight, which was an IndiGo flight, touches down as another Air India flight was taking off. The DGCA has launched an investigation and the traffic controller has been derostered. We're also learning the IndiGo airline has said that the aircraft was given permission to land and that the pilot had followed traffic controller's instructions. Vishnu Shobh joins us with more details. Vishnu, take us through this incident that has taken place on Saturday.
Well, in years and years of tracking Indian aviation, I've never come across, video which shows a close call more vividly than this on a runway in India. This was an IndiGo flight 6E6053, which was given landing clearance by air traffic control at Mumbai airport yesterday. But as the aircraft touched down, another aircraft, which was an Air India jetliner, was on the same runway and taking off. Now, you must remember that, civilian airliners are not maneuverable. They aren't like fighter aircraft, and there is a certain momentum through which they operate. The landing phase is very critical. In order to avert a possible collision, it's not something that can be done very easily. In this particular case, the Air India plane was accelerating. The IndiGo aircraft was actually over the runway. It hadn't touched down when the Air India plane was still moving away. They were a few hundred feet, I would suggest from each other, perhaps a couple of 100 meters, I would correct myself and say, away from each other. In other words, just a few seconds away when the IndiGo aircraft touched down and the Air India plane fortunately lifted off, and nothing dramatic took place after that. The DGCA, which is the Indian regulator, DGCA stands for the Directorate of Civil Aviation, has derostered an air traffic controller who was overseeing the operations. And while we wait for a statement from Air India, there is a statement from IndiGo which says that the flight from Indore was given landing clearance by air traffic control at Mumbai airport. The pilot in command continued to approach and land and followed air traffic control instructions. So that's what we know so far as the regulator continues with their investigation. This video, very, very vivid, filmed by somebody who films aircraft at airports, a spotter. We'll continue to give you further reactions.
Vishnu, of course, we'll have to wait for the end of the investigation to find out exactly what happened. But as of now, does it look like negligence?
No, I don't think any of us are in any position to comment on whether it is negligence or not. That's the result of a detailed investigation. But I do think that on the basis of an air traffic controller being derostered, we can see a proactive Directorate General of Civil Aviation, the aviation regulator, moving in to take action. This is prima facie evidence that the DGCA believes that the air traffic controller who was supervising the operations of the runway, the landing phase at that stage, needs to be taken off the roster for the moment pending an investigation. So there is an inquiry which is looking at all aspects, including this.
Right, thank you for bringing us those updates on this close call that was seen in the Mumbai runway.